Hello everybody, welcome to Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. We are set for Game 3 of the 1977 NLCS on Strat-O-Matic. Finished Game 3 in the ALCS, and if you haven't seen Game 3, I won't ruin it for you and let you know who won. You can watch that as well. This one though, the Phillies have a 2-0 lead, so they're in command, they're back home, but you still got to win that third game, so anything can happen. Dodgers are under the gun though. They got to win 3 in a row. And on the mound for each of these teams, and these are as played lineups because this is the actual NLCS. So unlike the ALCS where I had to make up my own lineups, these are the as played lineups. Larry Christensen on the mound for the Phillies, and the guy that's really under the gun and got the pressure on him from Tommy Lasorda is Bert Hooton. So Bert Hooton is starting for the Dodgers, Larry Christensen for the Phillies. All right, so let's get everything in line here so we can be expedient as possible. No sense dilly-dallying around with a whole lot of extracurriculars that aren't necessary. So let's make sure I've got everything in view here. Let's put this over this way a little bit. Make sure everything is everything. I think we're good. I think we're good now. Okay, I did the ballpark effects, and we had a good day. This is a day game in Philadelphia for the playoffs. It was a good weather, or by the chart, because what I rolled caused the good weather. Singles are 1 to 9 for both lefties and righties, and home runs are 1 to 13 for both lefties and righties. And let me get my bench players off to the side so I can get them where they need to be. Bullpen guys, all that good stuff. Okay, I think we're just about set. Larry Christensen finishing up those warm-up tosses. And Dodger lineup pretty much the same as it has been the last couple of games, or at least the last game. Lopes, Russell, Smith, Say, Garvey, Baker, Mundy, Yeager, and Bert Hooton are your Los Angeles Dodger lineups. All right, let's get this. Hopefully it's not, I feel like it's kind of leaning on me, so I'm hoping I can get this thing balanced a little bit. Sorry about the feeling like you're on a boat getting seasick here, but I want to make sure that I think that's okay now. Might be a little tilted, I don't know. It's hard, me and technology don't go all that well together. So, but I think you can see the cards, the score sheet, and the dice when they're rolled, so that's the important part. All right, Game 3, must win for the Dodgers to force a Game 4. So it's up to the Dodgers to get it done. Larry Christensen on the mound for the Phillies, and he'll be facing Davey Lopes. And since everything's all set up, I'm going to take my seat and get this game underway. Davey Lopes, 6'6". That's a leadoff walk. Not exactly the best start for the Phillies to have a leadoff walk. Davey Lopes, let's see here. The hold rating for Christensen's a 0. Boone's a -2. But Lopes, if he can get the jump, would be a 19. But then the -2 from Boone and the -2 for being held make it a 15. That's still a pretty good chance. So he's going to try to get the jump. It's a 4 through 6 to get that jump. And he gets it to 4. So that means it's a 1 through 15, and Lopes will steal it. That's a 4, so that's going to be good enough. Stolen base for Lopes. So Lasorda's got him running early and often. Lopes will be held, and here's Bill Russell. And Russell, nothing on the D20, so we go to Russell's card. Or Russell's roll, I should say. It's actually on Christensen's card. 5-5 is a fly to center, and that's 1 away. So 1 down for Reggie Smith. Switch hitter will bat left-handed. Nothing on the D20. Smith, a 4-6. 4-6, he's a lefty. Switch hitter batting left. That's a strikeout. So Christensen gets him, rings him up, out number 2. And that's going to take us to the Penguin, Ron Say. Nothing on the 20. Christensen trying to avoid or get out of this early jam. 5-3, and he might do it, although he is not a very good fielder. This is a ground ball pitcher X. He's a 4, E51. So a 4 and an E51, about as bad as you can get, actually. Let's see, a 4 and a 2. That's going to be a base hit, so we don't even have to worry about that. But then you got to worry about an error on top of it. And if we get the single and an error, that's going to bring the run home. So a 4 and a 2 is an SI1. But then we check for the error. E51, he's got to avoid a whole lot of numbers. 7, 8, 9, 10. Basically, anything 7 through 16 is going to be an error. The only thing it's not is going to be, he's got to roll a 3, 4, or 6 to avoid an error, basically. 3, 4, or 6. 15 or 16 is a 2-base error. But 3, 4, or 6, he can avoid the error. That's a 9. That will be the 1-base error. So it's a single plus an error, and that means with the single plus the error, Lopes will score from second. And Christensen not helping himself. Single plus the E1. So error on Christensen. And Say goes to second. More importantly, Lopes scores, and the Dodgers lead it 1-0. Say will not be held on at second base. Here's Steve Garvey. Nothing on the 20. 1-8 for Garvey. That's a solid home run. 2-run bomb. So now this error, well, the error didn't bother him. The error didn't really hurt him there. It was the single that really hurt him, because with just the error, he would have scored anyway. It's the single that cost him the problem. So all these runs are still earned. All 3 runs are earned. Garvey with the 3-run bomb, and the Phillies down 3-0 early. Good thing they have a 2-0 lead. But the Phillies may get their bullpen going very early, and Jim Cott's their long man. So if they have to go to the bullpen, Jim Cott would be the guy to do it. He's the one for long relief. Here's Dusty Baker. 5-5, and that's a fly to center to end the inning. But 3 runs for the Dodgers. Here in the top of the first, they've given Bert Hooton a 3-run lead to work with. And we go to the bottom of the first, 3-0. Bert Hooton finishing up those warm-up tosses. He had the famous knuckle curve, I believe, was his big pitch in the day. And the real game, I think he was getting squeezed by the home plate umpire, and he had a whole lot of issues with walks, if my recollection is accurate. I think it had something to do with not getting some calls on some pitches and frustrating him. Here's Bake McBride, 2-6. That's a solid single for McBride, so maybe back come the Phillies. Now, Hooton's a 0 hold. Yeager is a -3. So down 3-0. I don't know that you want to try to steal with Bake McBride, but they may do it anyway. Let's see, 3-6 for a jump. They're going to see if they can maybe shake something up here. 4, they get the jump, so he will try to steal. He starts as a 19. Yeager's a -3, makes him a 16. Being held makes him a 14. So 1-14, he'll steal it. And he does. And since it's a 3, there's a chance for a throwing error on Yeager. His T rating is 18. And it's a 20, so somehow or another, I don't know how he did it, but somehow Bill Russell saved that from going into center field. So it's simply going to be a stolen base. McBride is on second. He will be held. One thing the stolen base does is takes the double play out of the equation. At least the ground ball double play. You can still get a Lomax, but all right, here's Boa. 111. That's a ground ball first base C, so runner's going to go to third on that. So McBride will go to third on the grounder to Garvey with 1 out. He's at third base. He can score on a ground ball because the Dodgers are going to play the infield back with a 3-0 lead. Here's Schmidt. Of course, he could put 2 runs on the board with 1 swing of the bat. 2-4, and he's hit by the pitch. So Schmidt will not like that at all, getting plunked by Hooton. So Hooton hits Schmidt. Schmidt will have to be held on. He's a pretty good base runner. So they will hold him on first. Runners on the corners, but now a double play gets him out of the inning. And Luzinski can hit into several double plays. See here, 6-7, but he struck him out instead. So a big strikeout there. Luzinski is gone. And now it's up to Richie Hebner, or the Phillies will lose a golden opportunity here in the first inning to try to cut into that lead. 1-6, and that's there. Well, they will cash in. 1-15 is a 3-run homer. It's going to tie the game. 16-20 is just a double. That is a 3-run bomb for Richie Hebner. So how about that? Bert Hooton couldn't stand prosperity. They give him a 3-run lead. He gives it right back on the Richie Hebner 3-run bomb. And we're tied at 3-3 just like that. And of course the Dodgers have to have a short leash because there's no tomorrow. Rick Rhoden is in the bullpen. He's a starter, and he does not have a relief rating, but he did pitch in relief in this game. So if it's needed, they'll bring him on. 6-6. That's a 1-5 single for Maddox or a 6-20 grounds to Garvey. And that's a single for Gary Maddox, his first start of the year, of the replay, or not the replay, but the playoffs. Normally McBride had been in center, but this game McBride's in right and Maddox is in center, so Jay Johnstone takes a seat. But Maddox is aboard. He is a decent base stealer. Might see if he can get the jump. Again, 5 through 6 would get him that jump. He will not get the jump, so he will stand pat. He will be held, though. And here's Boone. There's a 2, so it's a chance for a pass ball or a balk. 2 is the balk rating of Hooton. That is a 2, so we're going to the balk rating, but this has to be a 2 or less. And it's not, so there's no balk. Go to Boone. 210 for Boone. He flies to right to end the inning. But it's 3-3 after 1 complete, as neither team can figure out neither pitcher, I should say, can get their stuff together. Maybe they've settled in here for the second. We'll see. Rick Mundy. 3-7 for Mundy. That's a leadoff walk, and boy, those leadoff walks are not a pitcher's friend. Mundy will not be held. He doesn't run well at all. So he will not be held. Here's Yeager. The Jägermeister, 211 for Yeager. That's a ballpark single check, which is 1-9 in Veterans Stadium today. And that's a base hit. 1 star. Put runners at first and second. And that allows Bert Hooton, who hits off pitcher hitting card number 2, it will allow him to bunt. Bert Hooton is only a D bunter, though. He's not very good. So I think they're going to have him swing away, because if he bunts, he'll probably bunt into a double play. So they're going to have him swing away. Try to not hit into a double play. 4-11 is a ground ball shortstop. Hey, it's a double play. How about that? 6-4-3. So you figure if you bunt, it's going to hit into a double play, and he grounds into a double play anyway. So kind of darned if you do and darned if you don't on that one. So Mundy takes third with 2 outs. It's up to Davey Lopes to get the base hit to drive him in. Nothing on the 20. Lopes, 2-8, struck him out, and that's going to end the inning. Boy, Christensen got out of that one big time with that double play. That's where lack of DH really comes back to bite you. And we now go to the bottom of the second, still tied at 3. Hooton kind of disgusted with himself, A, for giving up a 3-run lead, and B, for hitting into a double play. So kind of got the double kibosh working against him. Here is Sizemore, 112. That's a leadoff walk. Boy, these leadoff walks, you would think the pitchers would learn, but apparently they're not. Christensen is an A bunter, so on the converse, he is a very good bunter. Also, he's hitting off pitcher hitting card number 6. He is a very good hitting pitcher, and he actually had a couple of home runs on the season, and he's got a home run listed on his card here, but I think the prudent move is to bunt. So we're going to bunt. He's going to become a B bunter, and we get a 7, so that should be okay. We'll double check it. A B and a 7. A B and a 7 is a good sacrifice. The white die is a 5, which means it went to Steve Garvey. So Garvey will just tag out Christensen himself, 3 unassisted. Christensen does get the job done, though. And we now have to flip the order over to Bake McBride with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. And let's see, Sizemore not going to be held at second. Nothing going on there. Here's McBride. 1-8. Ground ball to short. That's going to freeze the runner. So that's 2 down for Larry Boa. Philly's trying to put this thing away and not let it get to a game 4 or possibly game 5. Boa, 3-6. That's a ground ball to first. Garvey's got it. Inning's over. So both teams show signs they might score in the second, but do not. We go to the third, still tied at 3. Christensen has a fatigue of 6, and Bert Hooton has a fatigue of 7. So we've got several innings to go on that, obviously. 1-8 for Russell. That's ground ball to third. A lot of hits in column 1, but he found the ground ball to third. 1 away for Reggie Smith. That's a 6-8. Switch hitter batting left, 6-8. A 1's a triple. Anything else is going to be a single. So Reggie Smith, a 1-out single. Let's see if he's a threat to steal. Not really. I think they're going to hold him on, but they're not going to try to steal. Here's the Penguin, Ron Say. Or as Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson would sing, Ron Say, Say, Say. 5-5 on Christensen is a fly to center. And that's out number 2. And that brings up Steve Garvey. Nothing on the 20. Here's Garvey. 2-8 for Garvey. That's damage done. 1-3 is a double, 4-20 is a single, but it's 2 stars, so the runner will not score either way. But it will be a single for Steve Garvey. Reggie Smith will motor to third. Runners on the corners. 2 down. Garvey will be held at first, but he's not going to try to go anywhere. And here's Dusty Baker. Chance to give the Dodgers the lead. 1-5. He can't do it. He strikes out. So again, left on base. Boy, there's runners left on base. And come back to bite one of these teams. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 3-3. And Schmidt, Mike Schmidt, leads things off. 6-3 is a ballpark single check. 1-9 here at the Vet. And he gets that single. So Mike Schmidt's aboard. He will not steal, but he will be held. Here's Luzinski. Nothing on the 20. Luzinski, 6-7. Struck him out. So second time Luzinski's gone down on strikes. Brings up Richie Hebner, first baseman. Nothing going on there. 6-8. 6-8 is another walk. So walks coming prevalent in this game. First and second now with 1 out. Now Schmidt being at second will not be held. Here's Maddox. 2, chance for a balk or a pass ball. And we're checking the balk rating, which on Hooton is a 2. So no balk. Drive on with Maddox. 6-8, and that's another walk. Boy, Hooton just, and this is like art imitating life, because as I was saying earlier, I do believe this is the game that Hooton was walking some guys and arguing with the umpire and saying he's not getting the calls. And lo and behold, we're in the 3rd inning, and he's hit a batter and walked 3, particularly 2 in a row. Bases are now loaded with only 1 out for Bob Boone. Now the infield's going to play for double play. See if they can turn it, assuming Hooton doesn't walk him again. 3-8, and he popped. Boy, all his hits in column 3, and he found a pop out to third, infield fly rule in effect. And that's a big missed opportunity there for Bob Boone. But let's see if Sizemore can pick him up. 2 outs, bases loaded. Sizemore 1-8, and that's a single to right, but there's a clutch right there. So he's going to fail in the clutch. In Super Advanced, you use that Omega, which is a clutch, turns that single into a pop out. And how about that? Ted Sizemore would have gotten that single, but he fails in the clutch. And boy, just when you think you got something going, it gets snatched away from you. And we're back to square one at 3-3 as we head to the 4th. And that'll bring up Rick Monday. 4-8, and that's a ground ball to second. Going to be fielded by Sizemore, who's still kicking himself for popping that ball up in the clutch. Here's Yeager. 2-11, and that's a ballpark single check, which is again 1-9. But that's an 18, so he's going to line it to short for out number 2. And that brings up Happy Hooton, Bert Hooton, who's hitting off pitcher rating card number 2 for Mr. Hooton. 1-3, and that is a ground ball to second. Sizemore's got it. Inning's over. That was the first clean inning for either pitcher in this game. So maybe that's a sign of things to come. We'll see. All right, Larry Christensen's going to lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th, and he's hitting off pitcher rating card number 6, so pretty good. Pretty good hitter, but he's going to come off Hooton's card. 5-9, ground ball to short. Handled by Russell, 1 away. So much for that. And now we got top of the order, Bake McBride coming back. 6-4, and that's all these hits in off of Hooton in column 6, but he found the ground ball to second. Lopes right there. 2 up, 2 down for Larry Boa. So maybe Hooton will have a 1-2-3, and he does. Ground ball to Lopes again. So maybe both pitchers are settling in a little bit. As we go to the 5th, tied at 3. Christensen back out. And of course, Rick Rhoden, who was up earlier, has long since sat down. We'd never have him wearing himself out in the bullpen. All right, here is Davey Lopes. Leads things off. 4-6 against Christensen. That's a 1 for a single. Anything else, Mike Schmidt will gobble it up. And Schmitty makes the play, 5-3. 1 away, and that brings up Bill Russell. 2-6 for Russell. 1-13 is a single. Anything else, Sizemore will snag it. And Sizemore reaches out and makes the grab. 2 down. So 2 up, 2 down. That's actually now 6 in a row retired by Christensen. Stop the presses on that one. 5-9. Smith is a switch hitter batting left. 5-9 to fly to right. That makes it 7 in a row. How about that? Where's all this pitching coming from all of a sudden? We're still tied at 3, and we're going to the bottom of the 5th. Mike Schmidt to lead things off. He's been hit by a pitch and he's singled. 1-4. He's going to ground to short this time. Bill Russell right there to make the play. So 1 away for Greg Luzinski, who struck out both times. 2-8, and he almost did it again, but 2-8 is going to be either a 1-2 double or a 3-20 single. 2-9 would have been a 3rd strikeout. That is a single for Greg Luzinski. He obviously will not be held. He's not a very good runner. And that brings up Richie Hebner. Nothing on the D20. Here's Hebner. 3-5. That's another walk for Hooton, and Hooton's again barking at the umpire, questioning that strike zone. 2 are on, with only 1 out for Gary Maddox. Nothing on the 20. Maddox. 2-11. Fly ball to left. That's out number 2. So 2 down. And that will send us to Bob Boone. Bob Boone with the chance. Last time he had a good chance, he popped it up to 3rd in his column 3. This is a 1, so the wild pitch rating on Hooton's a 4. And it is a wild pitch. Hooton wild pitches the runners to scoring position. So a base hit will score 2, most likely. Let's see if Hooton can settle in now, shaking off that wild pitch. Boone, 4-3. Fly ball, right field X. Probably one of our first X chances in a while. It's Reggie Smith. He is a 2-E6. So pretty good fielder. 219, he'll get to that. E6, the only thing he has to avoid on an E6 as a outfielder, E6, he has to avoid 3, 4, 14, 17, and 18. And that's a 7, so that's perfectly fine. He will make the play. Whoops, down here. He will make the play and the inning's over. So Hooton pitches around the single and a walk and a wild pitch. Keeps the score at 3-3 after 5. Got 3 in the first, but it's been goose egg since. A lot of teasing about scoring a run, but can't quite get it through. Here's Ron Say. He's singled, and he's also flied to center. This is Christensen's fatigue beginning. 1-8 is another walk. Boy, they just love these leadoff walks. I don't get it, but they do. Say will not be held at first. Here's Garvey. Nothing on the 20. Garvey, 1-7. Oh, he just missed a home run. 1-8 would have been a homer, and he's already homered once. But 1-7 is a strikeout. So huge difference there for Steve Garvey. Just missed it. He was swinging for the downs and didn't get it. Here's Dusty Baker. 6-6, and that's another walk. So now the Philly bullpen is definitely getting stirred down there. And let's see who they're going to have loosening. Looks to me like they have... They're going to have, let's see who's coming up here. They're going to have Ron Reed loosening in the bullpen. So Ron Reed is lightly tossing down there. Runners at first and second, neither one being held. And here's Rick Mundy. 4-4. That's a ground ball shortstop X. That is Boa. He's a 1. So the possibility of a ground ball double play is right here in the mix. And that's a 15, so it's definitely going to do it. If he doesn't make the error, he's an E14. As an E14 shortstop, he's got to avoid 4, 15, and 17. That shouldn't be that hard to do. But he didn't. That's a 15. Didn't I just say 4, 15, and 17? I certainly did. That's a 14. No, it's a 15. I take it back. He did miss it. He did miss it. 14 and, wait a minute, let me check, let me make sure I got the right number here. No, 14 is, okay, I was looking in the right spot. I'll get it straight. He's an E14 and he found that 15 right there in the E1. So instead of a double play, it's now bases loaded, 1 out. But you can't really fault Christensen for that because that should have been an inning double play. So like I said, you can't really fault him for that. So Steve Yeager is up with the bases loaded and 1 out. Infield is at double play depth. They want to turn 2 and get out of this if they possibly can. We get a 5-6. 5-6 is a fly ball center, right field B, sacrifice fly for Steve Yeager. And the Dodgers, that is an unearned run now, and the Dodgers will take the lead 4-3 with 2 outs here in the 6th. And with Bert Hooton coming up, they're going to let him swing away. And that, since the pitcher's up, they're going to let Christensen try to finish out the inning because he is scheduled to bat second in the bottom half of the inning. All right, runners on first and second, nothing on the 20. Neither runner's being held. 1-11, and that's a ground ball back to Christensen to end the inning. But the Dodgers get that elusive lead run, and they now take a 4-3 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th. That's going to be it for Larry Christensen. He is done. No matter how good of a hitting pitcher he is, he's not as good as a batter. So he will be lifted for a pinch hitter. And for the Phillies, they will bring in Jay Johnstone to pinch hit. And the new pitcher will be Ron Reed. So Ron Reed will be the new pitcher. And Jay Johnstone will pinch hit after Sizemore. So it'll be Sizemore, then Johnstone. And then it will be Ron Reed on the mound. Christensen goes 6 and gives up 4 runs, 3 earned. All right, so here we go. Sizemore to lead it off. 5-6. That's a fly to left, 1 away. Now that brings up the pinch hitter, Jay Johnstone. 4-12, and that's a ballpark home run chance, which is 1-13 here at the Vet. So Jay Johnstone could have a pinch hit home run to tie the game. And he does. How about that? Jay Johnstone, a pinch hit home run. And we are tied at 4. So they get Christensen off the hook. In fact, he's got a chance to win it if the Phillies score a run this inning and hold the lead. Here's McBride. 4-5. That's a ground ball to second. Lopes will handle it. 2 away. And that brings up Larry Boa. 6-6. And that's a 1-10 double. 11-20 is a single. And this could be Hooton coming near the end here because Schmidt's coming up. Boa could steal, but if you steal Boa, you're going to potentially walk Schmidt. So they won't do that. Now Hooton is going to come out of there. Lasorda just can't take the chance. He's going to go 5 2/3, but they just can't take the chance that he's going to get out of this. His track record, he has been a little wild. So they're going to bring in Elias Sosa, the right-hander. Elias Sosa is on to try to get out of this. Runner at first and 2 outs. Mike Schmidt at the bat. Boa will be held, but he's not going to try to steal. Because like I said, if he steals, they're just going to intentionally walk Schmidt. 3-3 for Schmidt, and that's a ballpark home run chance right there. 1-13 for Schmitty. And it's gone. Mike Schmidt, a 2-run bomb. And Larry Christensen now can actually be the winning pitcher. How about that? And that run, one of those runs is charged to Hooton. The other one is now charged to Sosa. And just like that, it is 6-4 Phillies. Here's Luzinski. Nothing on the D20. Actually, didn't even need to roll the D20 because the bases are clear. 4-7, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. But 3 runs are aboard, and it is now 6-4 Phillies. And with Luzinski being the last batter, we're going to have Jay Johnstone stay in the game. He will stay in the game to play left field on a double switch. So actually, Johnstone will stay in the game to play left field, and the new pitcher is going to be Ron Reed. And Reed will bat in Luzinski's number 4 spot as they pull off the proverbial double switch. Johnstone in left field, batting 9th. And Johnstone is a 3, a 4, and a -1 arm. So obviously much better defensive player, and it also allows Ron Reed to pitch more than just maybe 1 inning if they like. All right, so Dodgers have their work cut out for them. Top of the order, Davey Lopes will lead things off here against Ron Reed. 6-2, split chance. 1 is a single. Anything else, he will line it to Mr. Boa, and he does. So line out to Boa, 1 away. Lopes is out of there, and Lasorda crying in his pasta. Bill Russell, 1-8. All these hits in column 1. He found a ground ball to Schmidt. This could be the beginning of the end for the Dodger Blue here, as the Phillies look like they're ready to move on to the World Series. 3-4. That's a walk for Reggie Smith, a 2-out walk. And down, they're not even going to try to run. They will hold him, but they're not going to try to steal down 6-4. Ron Cey is the tying run at the plate, and he's already singled and walked and scored 2 runs. So let's see what happens here. 1-3, and he's got a ballpark home run chance to tie it right here. 1-13 would tie it. 15, just missed it. It's a deep fly to left, hauled in by Johnstone, and Lasorda almost choked on his linguine on that one. He thought it was gone, but not quite. Not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso would say. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Score still 6-4 in favor of the Phillies. Sosa still in there. He's only faced 2 batters, so he's okay. Here's Sizemore. Actually, not Sizemore. It should be Hebner, right? I got these cards out of order when I was doing the double switch, so let me fix that. Let me fix that to be real straight here. It should be Hebner, and then Maddox, and Boone, Sizemore, and Johnson. Okay, now we got it straight. So Hebner is your actual batter, but I'm not going to change the dice roll. Nothing wrong with the dice roll. The dice roll was fine. My screw up was over here, so I'm not going to re-roll this just because I screwed up this. I don't think you should do that. 6-2, lefty, 6-2. 1-14 is a single. 15-20, he lines out. And that's a single for Richie Hebner. Boy, he's had a big day. He's homered, singled, and walked twice. So he's had a great day, has Richie Hebner. He will not try to go anywhere. Maddox, nothing going on. And Hebner will not even be held. Maddox, 3-7, struck him out. So Maddox out on strikes. Here's Bob Boone. Nothing on the 20. Here's Booney. 6-5, fly to right field. Reggie Smith has got it. 2 down for Ted Sizemore. Nothing going on there. Sizemore. 2-10, and that's a ballpark single check, which is a 1-9. And that's a base hit, but it's only 1 star, so it's runners at first and second. And now Johnstone, the batter. But with Johnstone, the lefty, coming up, the Dodgers will go to the bullpen, and they will go to their lefty that they have, which is Lance Ronson, however you pronounce it. Rautzan, Lance Ronson. He is the lefty. So he is on to face Johnstone, but they're not going to take Johnstone's out. They're going to leave him in there for defensive purposes. So neither runner being held on base. 2 outs, 2 on. Ronson trying to get out of this. 6-5, and he does it. He strikes out Jay Johnstone. So he struck out Jay Johnstone to end the inning. We go to the 8th. It is still 6-4 Phillies, as Ron Reed still tasked to try to hold this lead. They do have, of course, Gene Garber and Tug McGraw ready in the bullpen if needed. Right now it's Dusty Baker to start the top of the 8th. And let's see, Sosa went 1 inning total. So let's see how we do that. Reed going for his 2nd inning of work, facing Dusty Baker. Actually, or should I be Garvey? Actually, it should be Garvey. I think I pulled, Kasey made the last out. So it's really going to be Garvey. But again, I'm keeping the dice roll because that's still a pure roll. 1-6 is a 1 triple, 2 to 20 is a single. And that's a single for Steve Garvey. So the tying run is at the plate now in Dusty Baker. Garvey will not be held on first. 2-12, and that's a ballpark home run chance. So Dusty Baker has a chance to tie the game 1-13. And he does it. Dusty Baker, a 2-run homer, and all of a sudden we're tied at 6. And Ron Reed shaking his head, and Lasorda has a pulse again. Here's Rick Monday. Reed's going to be needing some relief here. 3-9 is a strikeout, though, so that helps. They're trying to get Reed through the inning because he is scheduled to bat 4th next inning. So that's 1 away for Steve Yeager. 3-5 for Yeager, and that's a single. Just a clutch there, but there's not 2 outs and nobody's on base, so that's going to be a straight-out base hit. And now we got the pitcher spot. Ronson is coming up to be hitting, but they will bring in Manny Mota, their all-time pinch hit leader. Manny Mota will be on to bat here on first and second. I'm sorry, run on first and 1 away. Run on first, Yeager will not be held. 2 is a chance for a balk or a pass ball. 6, we're looking at a pass ball, and on Boone, his pass ball rating is a 0, so there's no chance of that. So we skip that. We go to Mota. 4-10, ground ball third base A. That's a double play. 5-4-3 around the horn, just what Ron Reed needed to get him out of that. But we got a tie game at 6 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th, tied at 6. And we need a new pitcher for the Dodgers. We will also get a new pitcher for the Phillies as well. So for the Dodgers, top of the order coming up, they will turn to well, you know what? They're going to turn to Charlie Huff. It's either now or never. So they're going to bring the best out. They're going to go with the best they have. Charlie Huff. Lance Ronson only pitches a third of an inning and gets the job done that he needed to get done. But now it's McBride, Boa, and Schmidt here in the bottom of the 8th, tied at 6. 4-7 is a leadoff walk. Boy, I just can't get over these leadoff walks. It's just amazing. And now McBride has a chance to steal. Huff's a +1. Yeager -3. It's a net -2. But a 3 through 6, he can get the jump. 8, he does not get the jump. And 2 is a possible. Let's see. I'm trying to think if 2 is a possible balk on this. It's been a while since I've checked it. Let's see here. 2. Possible balk. Okay, so it's possible balk, but Charlie Huff has no balk rating. I think that when they do that, though, I think that means he does not get the jump. Let me double check it. He dives back safely, but he's failed to achieve his good lead. So that ends the good lead for McBride. But he will be held. He just won't go anywhere. Here's Larry Boa. He is an A bunter. So he's gonna. But again, if you bunt him, then you're looking at Schmidt. So it's really a catch-22. But you almost have to bunt here, I think. So Boa at 9. He's an A bunter, becomes a B bunter on a 9. So B bunter and a 9. B bunter and a 9 is a good sacrifice. The white die is a 3, which means it's the catcher Yeager. So it's going to go 2 to 4 on the sacrifice. And Lasorda has already put up 4 fingers for Mike Schmidt. So Schmidt will be walked intentionally. And now we got a pinch hitter for Ron Reed. So we're looking at Ron Reed and a pinch hitter for Ron Reed, and it's going to be Mr. Tim McCarver. So Tim McCarver is going to come off the bench and see what he can do. Oops, dropped my pen. See what McCarver can do here as a pinch hitter. Runners at first and second with 1 out, and McBride will be held at second. Nothing on the 20. Here's McCarver. 4-8. Struck him out. McCarver strikes out in the pinch. Tough break there. 2 down, and that leaves it up to Richie Hebner. See if he can catch one of those Charlie Huff knuckleballs and put it in a base hit somewhere. 5-4 5-4 is a ground ball third base X. That is Ron Say, who is a 2 E20. 2 and a 15, he'll get to that, but the E20 is what they got to worry about. And on the E20 for a third baseman, you have to worry about 11, 14, and 15. That's none of that, so Say makes the play, and that's going to end the inning. So we go to the ninth. We go to the ninth, tied at 6. And a new pitcher for the Phillies will be Gene Garber. So Gene Garber is going to come on and pitch for the Phillies. And he'll be facing the top of the order, Lopes, Russell, and Smith. Here in the top of the ninth, tied at 6. And it's come down to this. All right, nervous time if you're the Dodgers because there's no tomorrow, whereas the Phillies have a tomorrow. So here's Lopes. 2-4 for Lopes. That's a ballpark single check. 1-9 would be a big leadoff single. And it's not, though. He lines it to short. I think that's the second time he's done that because he's got a liner to short here, too. So I'm thinking he must have done that twice. All right, here's Bill Russell. 5-6 off of Garber. Struck him out. 2 down. And that's going to bring up Reggie Smith. 4-5. Switch hitter batting left. 4-5. 1-11 is a triple. And 12-20 is a double. So that is a triple for Reggie Smith, but it comes with 2 outs and the base is clear. So now you're up to Ron Say having to get that base hit to get it to bring him home. Garber, nothing on the 20. Here's Ron Say, 6-4, fly ball center field X. That is Gary Maddox. He is a 1, so we know he's going to get to it. It's just the 11 for his error rating, and for a center fielder, an 11 error rating, he has to avoid 3, 13, 16, and 18. And he does. So Gary Maddox brings it in, and they leave the runner on third base. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. Philly is looking to walk it off and move on to the World Series. Charlie Huff trying to prevent that. It'll be Maddox, Boone, and Sizemore coming up for the Phillies here in the ninth. 1-2 for Maddox is a Lomax. He lines to short. 1 away. Brings up Booney, Bob Boone. 5-9, struck him out. So Boone had little issues there with the knuckleball. 2 up, 2 down for Sizemore. 3-4, that's a regular single. There's a clutch there, but of course it's not clutch yet. So that single works. Sizemore will not be held. Jay Johnstone, who came in to play left field on the double switch, is up to the plate against Charlie Huff. Can Johnstone do it? 1-4, no, he fouls out to Yeager. And we've got extra innings, folks. Just what I probably didn't want on this video because it's taken a long time. I'm already up to 43 minutes, and I may not be able to make it past 10 innings in time frame because I'm recording it. I'm not doing it live, so I'll try to be expedient. Here's Steve Garvey. 6-8, and that's a ground ball to short. Boa is right there, 1 away. If I can't finish it, then I'll just have to, have to continue it later. All right, here's Dusty Baker. 4-8, struck him out. He's not tired, so that dot is not going to take effect. 2 up, 2 down for Rick Monday. 3-2, and that's a home run for Rick Monday. 3-2. A solo shot for Rick Monday, shades of 1981 against the Montreal Expos. Blue Monday, he's done it again, although today I'm recording, it's a Tuesday. That is a home run for Steve Yeager, and the Dodgers take a 7-6 lead. I'm sorry, for a Monday, not Yeager. 3-4, he's going to fly to the left. That's going to end the inning, but the Dodgers get that big run. We go to the bottom of the 10th, and Dodgers trying to hang on and force a game 4. Charlie Huff back out, and he will be facing top of the order, McBride, Boa, and Schmidt, and if anybody gets on, a pinch hitter for Garber, and that will most likely be Tom Hooton. Here's McBride. 1-5, grounded to second. Lopes has got it, 1 away. So we're looking more and more like a game 4 is on the way. Here's Larry Boa. 6-4, switch hitter, catcher X. Catcher is Yeager. He's a 1 and a 7, so we'll keep that number. And he's an E8. E8 and a 12. So as a catcher, E8 and a 12. E8 and a 12 is not an issue. And he's a 1 and a 7. So that's just a pop-up. or foul out, however you want to call it. It really doesn't matter. Last chance is Mike Schmidt, and of course, he's already hit a home run in this game, so can he do it again? 6-9. He might. 1-6 is a home run, and 7-20, he flies out deep to left field to end the ball game. 1-6 though, we're going possibly to the 11th. No, it's caught out there by Dusty Baker on the track, and that's going to do it. The Dodgers live for another game as they win it 7-6. Rick Monday, the big home run in the top of the 10th, and Mike Schmidt just missed his home run chance there. But player of the game, Rick Monday, his home run on that 3-2 result did it. So that's going to do it from here. Ooh, an exciting finish here in Game 3. Game 4 will be later on after I do the Game 4 of the ALCS. But right now, Game 4 is scheduled, as there will be a tomorrow for the Dodgers, and Tommy Lasorda has a pulse. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.